at first I was like, and then I went, oh no, I really want to, I really want to do it. I really want to see what I can make it.
So you have quite a dream resume for anybody going on IMDb. I was wondering what inspired you to even start costume making?
It was sort of a Zen thing, I say, because I used to work in, I studied art, I worked in fashion, and I had a child very young and moved to New York City when she was finished with high school, and I wanted to work in the film business, but without really knowing anything about it. So I started, I took a film course, and everybody kept asking me to do the clothes on their student film. So I just kind of started doing that, and then by chance I got a job as a PA in an art department. So I worked in an art department for a while, but again I was still like I was still pulled toward the costume thing, and it just kind of unfolded that way. I'm very self-taught as far as the making side of it, but I have a fairly good art history background from my school years.
Was there any kind of movie or project that you saw that made you want to say, I want to get into the film aspect of that?
Well, I think I was really influenced, even before I put it together totally, by the films that Piero Tosi and Visconti, Visconti's films from the late 70s, like The Leopard and Ludwig, and then Kurosawa's films, like the way those epic films kind of looked as a full kind of beautiful and still very refined costume design.
And we are here celebrating, the Huntsman, the Winter's War. Do you approach going into a sequel different than you do the first movie, or is it easier because you do know the world and some of the characters already?
Well, it's funny, this was my year of sequels, because I did the Huntsman and Alice sequels, and I'd never done a sequel before. I'd never done the kind of movie that was that kind of tentpole-y kind of franchise movie before, just by chance. I mean, who knows? You never know what something's going to become. But it was, at first I was like, and then I went, oh no, I really want to, I really want to do it. I really want to see what I can make it be, that it's a totally different story in a different place. There's stuff that flows through to kind of tie it into the first movie. So it's strange. You don't want to let go of it because you want to keep it going in a way and take it to another place. So it was fun to meet that challenge.
Do you have a favorite look that you created for this film? I know like Charlize's, gold feathered cape is pretty crazy looking. And
I know, everyone loves the gold cape a lot. It's like kind of evolved from the black one in the first movie. But the dress behind me, to me, is her most evolved kind of costume, and as a designer, it's kind of the thing that's my personal favorite.
Do you ever tailor something? I know you obviously get a script and you know the characters, but do you ever change anything for an actor, like bringing any parts of their personality into a costume?
For sure, if it's something they're really feeling about the character, and if they have a good idea, it's great. In my life and my career, usually when an actor has an idea about a character and a costume related to that, it's usually a good idea and it helps make it work for them. So you just kind of take it on. I like it when it happens as you're making it instead of after, but you never know what's going to come
Did
out.
any of that happen on this film at all?
Not so much, because they saw their designs ahead of time and they kind of knew what, that it was larger than life, and they were pretty much like, yeah, bring it. Every time I had a costume, they go, yeah, bring it on, let's try it, They were great, all three of the ladies. And Chris's costume was sort of evolved from his first costume, and he was happy with it not being like some other whole new thing, and it felt right to him.
And like I said, you have quite the resume. You've done, action movies, you've done fantasy, you've done future, you've done superhero like Arrow and everything. Do you find any of those genres more challenging than the other?
I think they're all challenging in different ways, like trying to take it and give whatever it is integrity, but still be exciting for people to watch. I think it's the entertainment industry, so it's fun for people to be able to embrace the costumes as well as have them serve the story.
Obviously, like things like cosplay, and people are getting more into making costumes on their own. What advice do you have for people that want to get into this industry?
Go for it. It's an industry that's evolving and opening up, and all the, with all the digital kind of ways of making stuff more easily if you have a good story. I think there's a lot of great work out there and a lot of great opportunities.